6:50. Did I go live accidentally? Are we live? Is this thing on? You bet your booty we're live, and this thing sure is on. You guys know one thing. If we go live early, it means one of these lobbies is filled, and we're in here. We're drafting exclusively on Drafters Fantasy Sports. This is a real money draft, not a basketball draft, not a mock draft. This is a real money draft with real money implications. So shout out to all you beautiful folks who queued up, who are tuned in, who are watching this early. I'm sure people are going to flock on through. So shout out to all you beautiful folks. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. Let's shout out the beautiful disco balls in here. Irish Tendy drafting at the 101. Shout out to him. Two fat guys finally got in here with us in a draft at the 109. My boy Willie, 86. Tonight's thumbnails inspired by him. He's at the 107. Mossy at the 110. Yours truly at the 111. This is 2 nights in a row I'm drafting at the 111. Interesting. Willie's like, all clear. Appreciate it. The wife's actually not home yet. She's just finishing a run. So, I mean, we're going to start early. You guys might hear the dogs bark. Two fat guys says, yo, what's up, brother? Thank you for finally using your free ticket and drafting here with us. It's super awesome to see you in here and get to draft with you and get to see what you're all about and, you know, how you do. And yeah, JB, yo, at the 101, Mr. Irish Tendy. I love it. You want me to flex? I flex. Strong like bull. Smart like street cop. Everybody having a good day? I'm having a great day. After we make our next pick, or our first pick, after we make our first 2 picks, we'll tell you guys what we're doing and where we're doing it at and how you can do it too. But yeah, man, I literally just got home 25 minutes ago from work. I managed to eat 2 cold slices of pizza. Really looking forward to my steak tonight. Really looking forward to my steak tonight, but I'm also really looking forward to this draft. Can't get enough of these drafts with you folks, you wonderful, beautiful folks. Garrett Wilson. Would have been nice to have taken AJ Brown there, but Mossy, aka Snipe, shows ahead of me. So I like getting sniped because it forces me to pivot. It really does force me to pivot. So we'll see what Delta does here with the last pick of the first round, the first pick of the second round, around the bend here, and then we'll see how we go. If I get Drake London here, I'm very happy. I really am very happy if I get Drake London here. But if not, I might finally some exposure to Marvin Harrison, Devontae Adams. Wow, Drake London. I'll get as much Drake London as humanly possible. Once again, folks. Okay, told you I was going to tell you what we're doing and where we're doing it at and how you could do it too. All right, I told you. I'm telling you. All right. This is not a mock draft. This is a real money draft with real money implications. There's a lot on the line here, folks. Right now, we're currently in the Drafters $2.5 million championship. They call it the $1.3 million. There's $2.5 million in total prizes. $500,000 goes to first place if you're Canadian like myself. That's even more than $500,000. It's a big chunk of change for everybody. It's total points format. Most points wins. Best ball weekly scoring weeks 1 to 17. 12 teams draft, fast and slow. Don't do slow. Honestly, just don't do slow. If you value your mental sanity and that stuff, don't do it. Don't do it. It's horrible. It's horrible. I hate slow drafts. Can't do slow drafts. It's a $15 entry. We've been giving away tickets after ticket to this tourney, and we look to continue to do so. If we can get to let's make it a big goal. If we can get to 20 likes, on tonight's show, we'll do another giveaway. I know it's a big ask, but if we could get to 20 likes during the live, we'll do another giveaway tonight. There's also the Drafters Mini. It's a $2 entry, $100,000 in total prizes, $2 buy-in. Pretty sweet deal, if you ask me. Pretty gnarly, pretty sweet. It is best ball format, which, in my humble opinion, is the most convenient way for you to draft and the best way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted to your weekly matchups. No more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades. None of that garbage. Get that garbage out of here. You literally draft it and forget unless you're winning a life-changing amount of money. So sign up today using promo code DISCO. and I will match your initial deposit dollar for dollar. I will double your initial deposit. That's right, up to $100. Up to $100. And if you sign up using promo code DISCO, I will also throw you a ticket after you've done either a mini or a drafters $1,000,003 or the 2.5 milli. So yeah. Man, Nico Collins just got the bag. Good for him. Speaking of the bag, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase didn't report. That's scary, especially with all my Jamar Chase exposure. And Jamar Chase, no matter what, whenever somebody has a holdout issue and doesn't show up to these camps, and it really does get scary. It really does scary, especially if you're investing as much as I've invested in a guy like Jamar Chase. If he misses any sort of preseason training camp, I think I'm out on him. Early BDE gets the 11 spot. Dang, every time, man. Every time. But I'm looking to get weird with this draft. I'm looking to get weird. I'm not. I'm looking to have a spectacular draft. Shout out to you, Adrian. Thank you for tuning in and stopping by. What kind of weird suburban beer are you drinking today? Is it Caucasia from the Alps of Caucasia? This guy always drinks the weirdest beers. The weirdest. Never heard of any of the beers he's drank. And we're coming up, and we'll see who else Mossy snipes from us. If you guys are tuning in on, because we are simultaneously, we'll take DK here. We are simultaneously. We are simultaneously streaming on Twitter X. If you guys are watching on X, one, thank you for your support. Two, hop on in here on the YouTube. It really helps the channel grow. It helps your boy a lot. It means a lot. Hit us with a subscribe if you're watching live or watching later. Hit us with a subscription. Would mean a lot. Would really, really appreciate it. Do I finally get exposure to Zay Flowers here? Yeah, I'll do it. All right. Adrian Fitta says, had at lunch, 88 Brewing Night Gallery Hazy IPA. I feel like you need to listen to, the What is Love? Do the Night at the Roxbury stuff when you get the 88 Brewing Night Gallery Hazy IPA. Whew. Good times, great drafts. Hey, man, I'm very curious to see. So right away, you go RB. So definitely not a bad start. I mean, you took best available with Breece Hall and Jonathan Taylor. I'm very curious to see what you do with the rest of your draft, because you know your stuff. Say that 5 times fast. I'm not trying to get canceled today, man. I really don't want to get canceled today. Don't want to do it. Not up for it. So I've been thinking to myself today. I had a lot of time to think to myself. One of the divisions that I think you can get the best value, best bang for your buck at the running back position, especially in these best ball tournaments, is the AFC West. There's not a single running back in the AFC West that is going where they should be going. I have them all projected to outperform the current ADP, if that makes sense. You got Isaiah Pacheco, who I think has the RB1 upside this year. He really can be the RB1 at the end of the season. You have Zamir White, who is going to be the guy, the bell cow. He's going to have the opportunity in a ground and pound, grind it out team with Antonio Pierce there. The small sample size we saw last year of him taking the helm, he ran with it, literally. Yes, that offensive line isn't spectacular, but I feel like that team is gritty enough to constantly feed him the rock on a regular basis. And then there's Javonte Williams, who had a full season, like a full healthy season, which is absolutely spectacular. And with his full healthy season, that means he also had a full healthy off season in time to do, like we said about Tony Pollard, his agility training, his strength training, his explosive training, his, all that good jazz. So like he's in football shape right now. And like people are forgetting when this dude was rocking out in his rookie season, he was rocking out. You know what I mean? He was nasty. He was absolutely incredible. So I'm very bullish on Javonte. As much Javonte as I possibly can get, I'm going to get Javonte. And then last but not least, Gus Bus. Like even if he is just a red zone back as an RB4, you can't go wrong with Gus Edwards. And I know everybody's like, oh, they want Vidal. Oh, J.K. Dobbins is going to miraculously stop getting injured and he's going to be all right. And no, it's Gus Bus. It's Gus Bus, and that's it. Gus Bus, and that's it. With that being said, I'm still going to try to get a little bit of exposure to Kamani Vidal because I feel like his value is going to skyrocket after we see him in the preseason. Everybody was doing the whole Isaiah Spiller, but yeah, man, that division. I feel like if you're pushing running back, just look for guys in that division, running backs in that division in particular. And then there's a guy named Alexander Madison who's now the backup running back in Vegas. Should anything happen to Zamir White, he's a pretty decent handcuff. And I know they got Loeb or earlobe or whatever Loeb. I think he's going to be more impactful in the return game. I think he can be very impactful in the return game. But if I'm thinking, who's going to be a guy who kind of runs similarly to Zamir White and who could spell Zamir White and kind of replace him, God forbid anything happens to Zamir. I think that guy. I think that guy is Alexander Madison. Am I getting exposure to him? Nope, not drafting him yet. Not drafting him yet. I need to see him in the preseason. Probably when I see him in the preseason, it's going to be too late. The worst sports channel. Dylan Loeb is the new Danny Woodhead. I wouldn't say that, but I mean, I'm very curious to see your rationale and your thought process behind that take. It does seem like a take of all takes. Yeah, I'm very curious as to how you got there. We'll take Rachaad White as our first running back. Yeah, I'm very curious as to how you got there. Shout out to the Worst Sports Channel. They're going to be interviewing me this weekend and posting it later on. And I've never been interviewed before. I mean, I've been interviewed when I was a football player. I've been interviewed for several things, but I've never been interviewed as a fantasy football content creator. So I'm very curious to see how this goes. I'm excited. I appreciate you wanting to work with me. So if you guys have not subscribed to the Worst Sports Channel, please do so. It's really, really, really cool. Good guy, up and comer, fellow Ontarian, Canadian there, man. The Worst Sports Channel says, man, James Cook being disrespected, that whole offense is going to be built around him. I believe it. I'm just looking at who has the bell cow opportunity and can get into the end zone as my RB1. And James Cook is perfect everywhere except for the red zone game. I think Ray Davis is going to be spectacular there. That's why I'd rather get Ray Davis later on. If James Cook is my second running back all day, every day, I'll take James Cook. But if I'm getting one running back right off the rip, it's got to be Rachaad White. I had between Rachaad White and James Cook, and I took Rachaad White. And I'll do it again and again. Rachaad White was a top 3, 4, 5 running back last year. He was phenomenal. Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says that offense is going to be more balanced. I think I 100% agree, but I also think they're going to feature the run a lot more. They really are going to feature the run a lot more. And a guy who I think is going to be involved in the run game and who should be, probably their best fantasy football performer other than Josh Allen this season is going to be Curtis Samuel. He marries the run game and passing game beautifully. I think we're going to see him in a Deebo Samuel-esque role. And we saw what he's capable of doing. When he was healthy in Carolina, he was phenomenal. And last year, he was borderline a league winner. He was absolutely spectacular in Washington on a team that didn't have much to write home about. Allen will still be the straw that stirs the drink for sure. For sure. Adrian Finna says Josh Allen's the goal line back. I mean, it's not a bad take, but if he wants to take care of his health, which is something that, and take his game to the next level, I think having a legitimate guy who can spell, Josh Allen in the red zone, like a Ray Davis, like that's their only weak spot. That was literally their only weak spot in the red zone. They couldn't really do much, right? If it wasn't a jump ball, it was either Josh Allen trying to run it in or James Cook getting subbed out for, a much older Latavius Murray and early on in the season, Damian Harris. RIP to Damian Harris. That guy's career is done. Sleazeball says, yo, I missed it. I'm sorry, man. Like, I haven't checked my DMs. I haven't checked my messages. Like, I got home like 6:25. I got home 6:25, had 2 slices of pizza, and then messaged everybody saying I was queuing up. And those who got the message, and those who didn't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, let's catch up with our disco balls. See how they're drafting. See what they're doing here. If you guys are watching on Twitter, once again on Twitter X, please do me a solid. Once again, thank you for your support, but please do me a solid. Hop on over to YouTube. The more people who watch, the more hours I get, and the closer I get to my goal. One, I'm just going to be frank with you. That's why I want you to come to YouTube. Two, it helps us get picked up in the algorithm when you guys like the video, so we get more watched hours after we go live. So I would really appreciate that. It would really mean the world to me. It would mean a hell of a lot to me. And I think I might get the thumbnail correlation here, but I got Snipe Show Mossy ahead of me, so he's probably going to get the thumbnail correlation. Here we go, Snipe Show Mossy. Do it, man. Just get over with it. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Oh, nice. We got the thumbnail correlation. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. As I said on the thumbnail, we're only, drafting breakout players this year. We do have a little bit of a double stack going on with DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's a happy coinkydink. I'm okay with that. I like what we're doing here with this draft. I think we're going to punt wide receiver for the next 4 or 5 rounds. Yeah, we're definitely going to punt wide receiver for the next 4 or 5 rounds. I don't think we're ready to reach on a quarterback. It doesn't make sense for us to get a quarterback right now because we don't have much correlation. So, but I mean, Curtis Samuel's right there, and I'm talking him up, right? All right, I'm gonna take Najee here. I just need somebody with a safe-ish floor who's going to finish the season strong. We're going to go RB heavy. I think we can, we have the ability to potentially get either Geno, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Baker. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of correlation possibilities. And we got a pretty decent tight end. So I like where our draft's going right now. Our draft is super solid, off to a great start. If a guy like Jordan Love or Dak Prescott fall to me in the next round, heck yeah, all day. Yo, Sleazeball, missed it. Smash some likes. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. So, when can we expect your podcast, brother? Let's plug it away because we got 25 people tuning in. That's 25 people who are going to go support your pod because 26, including myself. Because you know what? You're absolutely brilliant and you're going to help people win fantasy football. Adam L, what's up, Disco Balls? What's up, Adam? Adam, I was talking about you, man. I'm really curious as to how much you won with the ticket we gave away. That story made me so happy that you won a good chunk of change last year from the ticket giveaway. Honestly, it was it's nice. It's why we keep doing the giveaways. And if we can get 20 likes. If we could get 20 likes in the live, we'll do another giveaway. I know it's a big ask. I really know it's a big ask, but if you guys want to do a giveaway tonight, get a ticket, a free opportunity to enter, this massive tournament, $15 value, where you could potentially win $500,000 as first place, or anywhere between, 0 and $2.5 million. You should do it. You should totally do it. Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says sniped by BDE on Najee. Man, you know who I need? I need to get 100% George Pickens moving forward. I really do. I need to get all the George Pickens moving forward. I love the ceiling play of George Pickens because his floor is the ceiling. It's absolutely the ceiling. And now he's got 2 quarterbacks that could throw the rock up. So I'm okay with either one of them throwing him the ball as the wide receiver when the Deontay Johnson's gone. Freiermuth might have a better season this year. I think Freiermuth might step up, but George Pickens, I'm so freaking high on him this year. I really am. I love George Pickens. Quasi says, Doe, I missed the start. Catch you on Wednesday. It's all good, brother. It's all good. AKA the 2-time. Monday should be episode 1. Drawing up the first 20 episodes as we speak. Jesus. See, you got a plan and a formula. I kind of just do this whole live stream thing. I like doing these live best. I'm going to do these best ball drafts regardless, right? This is how I wind down. I'm going to do them regardless. Why not do it with the most wonderful community on the planet? Shout out to Disco Ball Nation. Shout out to all you beautiful folks. I do want to see what everybody's drafts are looking like. So we'll start with Irish Tendy, aka JB, Jordan Love, CMC, Travis Etienne, Devin Singletary. Love that for him. Wide receivers Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith, George Pickens, Christian Watson. That's nasty. And George Kittle. You're a phenomenal drafter, brother. You are so good. Really, really good. B. Willie style, Willie 86. Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson. Now we know where all the quarterbacks went. Bijan Robinson, Saquon, David Montgomery. Michael Pittman, Jaden Reed, Jordan Addison, Khalil Shakir. I like it. I like it. Very good. And then let's look at two fat guys. CJ Stroud, Kyler Murray, more quarterback theft. Brees Hall, Jonathan Taylor. I love your running backs. DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Curtis Samuel, Gabe Davis. I like your draft so far. I really do. Tony Pollard is somebody I'm very bullish on. Based on his ADP and what I think he's going to be capable of behind that offensive line in this new regime, I think he's going to be good. And I think that offensive line is incredibly improved. I really do. I really, really, really do. We'll make our next pick, and then we'll look at what Mossy did with his draft, and then we'll look at our draft. Adam L said ranked 771st, won $125, which was solid. Unfortunately, some injuries tanked me a few hundred slots back. Wow. Number 327 in my best $3 mini was my best all first year best ball tournaments. That's amazing. It's amazing. Sleazeball Fantasy Football says, loving the lineup you have right now. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're doing all right. And I was talking about this guy earlier. I can't get enough. I really can't get enough Javonte. Where he's going, that entire division, they are the best RB values. That AFC West will give you the best RB value everywhere. Gus, Zamir, Javonte, and of course, King Pacheco. All right, let's look at what Mossy did here. Caleb Williams, Ramondre, DeAndre Swift, AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison, Stephon Diggs, Christian Kirk, Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram. I like it. Very sound, very balanced. I love the heavy start at wide receiver. It's very, very strong. Right now, we don't have a quarterback. We got Rashad White, we got Najee Harris, Tony Pollard, and Javonte Williams. I think we can punt running back until the last two rounds. I do like our running backs, though. Wide receiver, we got Garrett Wilson, Drake London, DK Metcalf, Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Kyle Pitts. I like it. I really do like it. Hopefully, we can get a little bit of, quarterback help later on. God, it would be nice to draft Trevor Lawrence, but I got no correlation. He's another Week 12 bye. Man, bye Mageddon's a real pain. Bye Mageddon's a real pain, man. And then Jerome Ford's still available. Like his ADP is 126, and it should be at least 55 spots higher. At least 55 spots higher. If you guys do want a giveaway tonight, we need 9 more likes. 9 more likes. Mossy says, how do you think the Broncos backfield plays out? I think you're going to see a lot of Javonte and Jaleel McLaughlin, but I also think Samaje Perine is going to be utilized as well. I don't think there's going to be like a true bell cow there. I think everybody's going to have their own time to shine in their own week, so to speak. That's the kind of deal they have. But I think Javonte is the one that has the safest floor because he's going to be utilized in the red zone more often than all the other guys because he is a very vicious, phenomenal runner. Samaje Perine, he's going to have to get in where he fit in. Obviously, he's a great pass protector. I mean, he's going to get that third down opportunity. He's not going to get a lot of running opportunity, but he will get some check downs, especially with a young rookie quarterback in Bo Nix, or if it's Zach Wilson. We know that Zach Wilson fed Brees Hall last year, absolutely fed him. So I think, Javonte, 1A, Jaleel McLaughlin, 1B. I think Javonte takes the cake for me in that backfield because of his red zone upside. He's got Gus Bus situation, but like he's not just going to be utilized in the red zone. I think we're going to see him improve drastically, and that offensive line's pretty good. Audric says Adrian Jaleel going to be that odd man out, in my opinion. Potentially, he does have like lingering knee issues. I mean, like you don't bring in enough Samaje Perine, and like Samaje Perine was one of Sean Payton's, like this is one of my guys, right? And he always utilizes at least two running backs. You know, the bell cow, pound it in your face running back, and then the versatile receiving running back. So I think Javonte is like the surest thing in these formats. It's tough to project, you know, his upside on a week-to-week basis based off of his matchups, but based off of where he's getting drafted, pick 110, you know, around there, his upside is absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. I'm hoping Pirine gets cut and goes somewhere else as a clear third down back. I mean, the best situation for him, realistically, would be Dallas, but I think Dallas is better than we think at the running back position. I know everybody likes Zeke. I liked Zeke when he was free, going in round 20 in the early basketball tournaments. That's when I really liked Zeke, right? But currently, based off of where he's going, I'd much rather get Rico Dowdle because like his I know it's a small sample size, and I said this yesterday, but the things he's done with his opportunity gets me excited. It gets me very, very excited. It gets me so amped, so excited. All right, do we go Tua or Herbert here, or do we think that they'll drop? Because I feel like everybody's good at quarterback. We'll go Schultz here. We're pushing the quarterback position. I think this might very well be a 4-quarterback draft. It very well might be, and I'm okay with that. Sleazeball Fantasy Football says Jaleel is Peyton's guy. I think Javonte last season being drafted is this year. Okay. Adrian Fitter says Jaleel was a undrafted free agent. Not that Audric was much better, but I just don't see it. Teams move on from those guys constantly. Watch him be their kick returner or something. But like, here's the thing: Jaleel McLaughlin's capable of doing it. You know, not just in an explosive manner. Like he led college in rushing. Like he was phenomenal. Jaleel McLaughlin's a spectacular player. Two fat guys official. I see your pick there. Your 2 picks. And I respect it. The Jerome Ford and Rico Dowdle. I love it. But yeah, man. This Delta guy just took Kirk Cousins. Why? Why would you take Kirk Cousins? Why would you do that to me? This is the second day I've gone with at least Drake London and Kyle Pitts and haven't been able to get Kirk Cousins because somebody's just grabbing him way ahead of ADP. Don't get it. It is what it is. We'll pivot. Yeah, I've been clicking Rico more. The Worst Sports Channel says Esteem is underrated as a power back. Like Kamani Vidal, Isaac Garendo. I like those guys other than like, you know, the Trey Benstons and the Blake Corums and Braylon Allen. I like those guys, but the other 2 names that I'd like is Vidal. But I also like I'm very, very curious to see if Vidal is going to be the next Isaiah Spiller. Honestly, defenders enter Speed Force around him, and it's like they're moving in slow mo. Julio also has $55,000 in guaranteed money. He's a cut candidate if they need cap space for any reason. Man. Always talking about the cap. Here's one thing about Adrian Fittis. He's either talking about the salary cap or he's talking about ACLs at MetLife. It's one of the 2 things. Or no, 3 things. And a weird beer. Worst Sports Channel says, I love to in this range. Insanely underrated with Tyreek, Waddle, Malik, Achane. Don't forget about my man Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith's there now, and I think he's going to be very viable. And Herbert's going to perform this ADP even if he only throws 450 times. I think he's being like, people are forgetting what Herbert's like capable of. You know, just because Harbaugh's coming into town doesn't mean that like Herbert's going to be completely forgotten. I feel like there's so much disrespect on his name. Jermaine Burton. Oh man, we are waiting really long for a quarterback, but I mean we're not reaching. We're not reaching. Not having a legitimate quarterback is terrifying though. Two Fat Guy says, now that Javonte's fully recovered, I expect to see him back to the guy we saw as a rookie. 100%. I'm with you. Bad Guys Official. Yo was doing a mini. That's fine, man. That's fine. One less shark to snipe me, I tell you. Oh. Okay, I'm done at wide receiver. I don't need another wide receiver. I have 8 really good wide receivers. I have 6 rounds to make something happen, Captain. And we're going to do it. The Worst Sports Channel says, take Bo Nix and Troy Franklin stack. I have a couple of those. I will say I have a couple of those when I'm like looking for a third quarterback. But like, I think Bo Nix is going to be decent. I really do think he's going to be decent. I don't think he's going to be spectacular. I don't think he's going to be a top 15 quarterback on any given Sunday. I don't. But, I mean, that's the thing with these best ball tournaments. You can't sacrifice one position. You can't sacrifice one pick because like you need to make sure that you are outscoring everybody on all of the positions on a week-to-week basis, right? So we got to look at the quarterback list and say which quarterback available currently can outscore all the other quarterbacks potentially based off of their situation. And I see a few guys. I do see a few guys. Right, and it's a long shot. Don't get me wrong; it's a long shot. But am I projecting? You know, and here's another reason why, like, the Franklin situation has me a little bit concerned. If you look at like one, Cortland Sutton's being like disrespected way too much. Like he was a phenomenal wide receiver last year. He got into the end zone a lot of times. He's being disrespected way too much, and people need to start drafting him earlier. Because like currently he's going off the board, what, round 10. He was a top 10 wide receiver. In a wide receiver heavy format, he's going round 10. Makes no sense. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So Cortland Sutton, we know he's the shoo-in as the wide receiver 1. Then you got potentially Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Tim Patrick coming back. They just brought in that dude from not Raymond. What's that dude's name from Detroit last year? Where is he? I'll just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Where the hell is he? Josh Reynolds, right? So like that wide receiver 2 spot there in an offense that I don't project to pass a whole lot with a rookie quarterback or Zach Wilson, I just don't see the volume being there. I really don't. I think they're going to rely on the run. You're going to see 3 teams in that division rely on the run and run the ball a lot more than they have in the past to keep the Chiefs off the field. That's what that division is doing. Look at that division right now. Harbaugh, with his power run game, got rid of all of his wide receivers. He still has a super high-paid, quarterback, but got rid of all of his wide receivers. Invested in the run game by bringing in a phenomenal offensive tackle. Joe Alt is like generational talent, and I know, and I hate that. I hate using the term generational talent, but he really is. He really is a spectacular generational talent at the offensive tackle position. Trust me, he's absolutely a beast. They've invested in their defense. They brought back several spectacular guys, really really good football players. You look everywhere in that division. No team is prioritizing the pass other than the Kansas City Chiefs, right? The Kansas City Chiefs is the only team that's going to beat them with the volume in the passing game, right? So they have to try to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field by running the rock. That's why I'm really invested in all the running backs in that division. they're going to see more opportunity, more volume than pretty much any other division. Truly. Stafford and Rodgers are gone. Irish Tandy, snipe me. Like I really need to start getting quarterbacks here, but I don't want Baker Mayfield. I really don't. All right, Gino. What bye week is week 10? All right, Will Levi. So Will Levi is somebody who I think has Gino. I hate, I absolutely hate, but I do have some correlation with the Seahawks. Yeah. So Gino, I hate. Will Levi. I think he's going to be a shocker to a lot of people this year. I really do. I think with the new coordination, with all the receiving weapons, with I wouldn't say a more explosive run game because like I don't want to disrespect Derrick Henry, but with a run game with running backs who aren't just like going to grind it out for you, I think you're going to see a lot of good completions, a lot of good check downs, and then the chunk play. I really am high on Will Levi this year. I love Will Levi this year. I think he's super underrated, and he's one of those guys who I think could be a league winner for sure. For sure, for sure. Everybody says Jesus Christ. Gotta scroll up. And he's in a contract year. Who's that? Javante, yes, for sure. So they might run him into the ground as they should. And if you guys know anything about our channel, if anybody who's playing for the bag is at the running back position after their rookie year, draft him. Draft him. Adrian Fitta says, Tua cutting weight scares the heck out of me, bro. You need to bulk up. Man, he was tick last year. You said that. I said that. Sleazeball says Jaleel averaged 5.4 yards per touch in 23, fourth in NFL with an offensive Denver with an awful Denver offense. 100%. Like the efficiency, like we didn't see it. Like he was very efficient when he had the rock in his hands. So the only thing that would make him a better player is more opportunity, more volume. And I'm saying they're not going to get rid of Samaje Perine. They're going to utilize all three backs. Like Samaje Perine is still going to get involved, but it's going to be harder for Samaje Perine to be that, that consistent floor, explosive, high ceiling back. Like he doesn't have a floor or a ceiling, right? It's going to be very difficult for him. If we're talking about the safest floor with a high enough ceiling, Javante. If we're talking about just a high ceiling play, which you want, it's Jaleel McLaughlin. Baker and I love Bryce to take a leap and outperform ADP. I love Bryce. I don't like Baker. And I'll tell you why. And I like Bryce and hate Baker for the same reason. Coach Canales. I like Bryce because Canales is now the head coach and offensive coordinator there, and he's a quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer. And I hate Baker because he's gone. We saw what happened to Gino when Canales left, and we're going to see what happens to Baker when he leaves. So I'm drafting zero Baker. I refuse. Don't want it. Adrian says you won't take Trey Lance with your last pick. I dare. I had way too much Trey Lance last year. Honestly, even when we learned that Brock Purdy's going to start, I still had way too much Trey Lance. Trey Lance and Tom Brady have the same chance of starting this year. Oh, rough. Reynolds. Imagine if Reynolds was the giveaway. Joe Alt is the new Joe Thomas. Those are tough shoes to fill. Bryce Young. Those are tough shoes to fill. That's for sure. Bryce, yeah, this is going to be a full quarterback draft. And I'm okay with it. I think Daniel Jones is being very undervalued. I think he has a great not a great season, but I think he has a better season than where he's at based on ADP. I think Daniel Jones is an absolute steal currently as a quarterback 2 or 3. He's going to have a bounce back, right? And even if he does get, held back eventually based off of, his injury, secure, like the I call it the Russell Wilson rule, right? Where like, okay, we like that you're capable of doing what, a good quarterback should do. We like that you're capable of that, but like we also don't want you to be the future of our franchise, and we want to move on. So we're just going to bench you so you don't get hurt and we don't have to pay you. I call that the Russell Wilson rule. I think Daniel Jones will see the Russell Wilson rule, but, as my quarterback 4, who cares? Who cares? If we get 14, 13 weeks out of Daniel Jones, I'm happy because Daniel Jones currently, where he's being drafted, spectacular. This is the first time I've ever gone 4 quarterbacks, and I like it. I really do like it because I punted quarterback and I got 4 starting quarterbacks, all with high upside on potentially prolific offenses. Yes, even the New York Giants, I believe they can be a prolific offense. They have so much speed on that team, so much speed. So yeah, I really like this draft. I really like this draft. This is a new approach, but and that's what you got to do. You never come into a draft telling yourself a story. This is how it's going to go. This is who I'm going to draft, or what I'm going to draft and how I'm going to draft, and this is the roster construction. You just be adaptable, be moldable. Be like water, my friends. Sleazeball Fantasy Football says I'm on Will Levi hashtag Lee Winner train as well. Great value at ADP. 100%. 100%. Gia Duddy. The hell? Did that go over my head? It definitely went over my head. Please elaborate, Willie. What the hell is Gia Duddy? Adrian Fitter says Daniel Jones guaranteed to ball out in Washington. At least that's his Aaron Rodgers versus Bears moment. Facts. You know what? He was great against Minnesota in that playoff victory. He was great against Minnesota in that playoff victory. I think we see a better Daniel Jones. I just a healthy Andrew Thomas would help substantially. How Willie Disco doesn't know what don't I know? What the hell's a Gia Duddy? Bring me in the know. Let me know. But I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that we're still sitting at 12 likes, which is fine. Totally fine. I appreciate you guys for liking. No giveaway tonight, which is awesome for me. I get to save some money. Kidding. I love these giveaways. I love doing these giveaways. I love giving back to the community that's given me so much. Yeah, if you are watching on Twitter, thank you for your support. Please hop on in here. This is not a mock draft. This is a real money draft with real money implications, real money on the line. And we're not talking about like your $100 buy-in for your 12-team league. We're talking about $500,000 first place, $2.5 million in total prizes, and quite frequently we give away free tickets. It's nice to see Jawan Jennings in ADP here. It's nice to see Jawan Jennings going up in ADP because, let's be honest, if San Francisco would have won that Super Bowl, he probably would have been the Super Bowl MVP, and he's going undrafted. We know what he's capable of. He's being trusted more and more. And, I love Pearsall. I think Pearsall's got tremendous upside. But if we're talking about reliability, somebody who's going to come in and do what the other guy won't and get an opportunity based off of that, that's him. He's him. Yes, sir. Keaton Mitchell in round 19. Love it. I really do love it. And then we're going to go with Miles Sanders because I do feel like he's going to get some touches. I like this draft. Remember that draft video on his girlfriend? Oh, gotcha. Tapes were just leaked online. Are you talking about Will Levi? Just noticed got one spot in the Patrick Pucci Fantasy Invitational League. Nice. Giants unis look like Montreal Canadiens. No, it looks like vomit and doo-doo. All right, let's look at our draft, see how we did, and then actually let's look at everybody else's draft. Irish Dendy, he always does well. Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, love it. CMC, he goes 3-5-8-3. CMC, Travis Etienne, Devin Singletary, Austin Eckler, Roshan Johnson. Insane. Wide receiver, Cooper Kupp, Devonta Smith, George Pickens, Christian Watson, Jahan Dotson, Xavier Leggett, DJ Check, Rondell Moore, George Kittle, Dallas Goedert, Jatavian Sanders. Spectacular. A-plus draft. Really. A-plus. I love it. Willie 86 goes Josh Allen. He goes with a 2.693. Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson, Bijan, Saquon, David Montgomery, Nick Chubb, Donta Foreman. I like the Foreman pick and Samaje Perine pick. Both have upside. And you did kind of like double stack and get security for Nick Chubb. But I do believe Jerome Ford is the guy, but I understand why you did that. Michael Pittman, Jaden Reed, Jordan Addison, Khalil Shakir, Jacoby Myers, Josh Downs, Darnell Mooney, Tyler Boyd, Juju Smith-Schuster. That's a name who I should start getting exposure to, honestly. Jawan Johnson, Ben Sinnott, Dawson Knox. Jawan Johnson, I don't love, but I understand the pick. I do get the pick. He'll give you a couple good weeks. Ben Sinnott, love him. Dawson Knox, B plus, B plus. Two fat guys. He goes 2-5, 10-3. Nice. Nice. He goes CJ Stroud, Kyler Murray. Love the quarterbacks. Running backs love as well, except for Eric Gray. Hate Eric Gray. I'd much rather get, what's that rookie's name? I was talking about him. Tyrone Tracy. Brees Hall, Jonathan Taylor, Jerome Ford, Rico Dowdle. Love those four. Eric Gray, hate it. Hate it. He did nothing with his opportunity last year. He had no reason not to. And I think he's going to do less this year. DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Kurt Samuel, Gabe Davis, Quentin Johnston, Wandell, Zay Jones, Jalen Tolbert, Gary Slayton, KJ Osborne. I like the KJ Osborne pick as well. Trey McBride, Pat Fryermuth, Greg Dulcich. Very solid, strong draft. B. B, close to a B plus. B. JB says yes. Will Levi sex tapes with his ex Gia Duddy leaked. Cool. I won't be watching that. I won't. Sleazeball says Juju exposure. Break that down for me. If we're talking about having the kind of season he did last year, where we didn't see too much of him, and when we did, he was super hobbled. I feel like the priority this offseason for him was to get healthy, and a healthy Juju Smith-Schuster, even 3 weeks, 4 weeks, which I think he has the upside for to spike and be the feature guy there. I think he's going to be spectacular. That's the thing with the New England Patriots, receiving room. I don't think anybody is going to be, the one all the way through. It's always going to be somebody else's opportunity. That's why I want to get exposure to all of them, because they all have the potential to spike. And, you don't keep a Juju Smith-Schuster unless he has some use. You don't keep or get a KJ Osborne unless he has some use. That's 5 wide receivers they have in that room, not including Bourne, not including Kendrick Bourne. 6 wide receivers that can all play ball there, right? There's 6 wide receivers that can all really, really ball out there, and it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. So I will get like maybe 2-3% exposure to Juju as a 20th overall pick as a dart throw to like get those optimal spike weeks, and I'll also do the same thing with KJ Osborne. I feel like there's no clear-cut one there other than Demario Douglas, in my opinion. But like, I know that you're high on Baker, and I know other people are high on Polk and whatever. Like, other than Hunter Henry, if I'm talking about who has the most upside that could do it on a weekly basis based off of the talent that he has, and the surrounding talent around him, I think that's Demario Douglas. Demario Douglas is the one who I'm putting my chips on. Right? He just, should he have more quality opportunity last year, he would have been insane. He would have been insane. And should Bell have not benched him after he fumbled against Miami, he would have popped off against Miami. Caleb Williams, Derek Carr, 2792 for Mossy. Ramondre, DeAndre Swift, Zach Charbonnet, Kendre, Bucky Irving, Khalil Herbert, Evan Hall. Not bad. Wide receiver. So the reason why he's got like so many different names at the running back positions, because he kind of punted running back after the first 2, and he went very wide receiver heavy, which is great. You only need 2 running backs, right? AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison Jr., Stephon Diggs, Christian Kirk, Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton. Yeah, Cortland Sutton as your wide receiver 6 is insane. Absolutely insane. Rashad Bateman, you took the Bateman. A.T. Perry, not there with Perry. Odell, I don't want anything to do with him. Evan Ingram, Cole Kmet. I love those 2 players. Great draft as per usual. Let's look at our team. We punted quarterback here. We went with a very unique roster construction and build. We're kind of just playing money ball at the quarterback position, but we do have tremendous upside at the value that we got the quarterbacks at. So because we punted quarterback so late, we got great players everywhere else. Hopefully one of these quarterbacks does really well on a week-to-week basis for 17 weeks, and this lineup can finish in the money because we're strong everywhere else. We go Geno Smith because we got some correlation there. Will Levi because I think he's very undervalued and is going to ball out. Bryce Young, another guy who I think is going to outperform ADP significantly. And Daniel Jones, I think he's going to outperform ADP significantly as well. So we're just playing money ball there. Hopefully one of these 4 guys does well. on a week-to-week basis. Running back, we go Rashad White, Najee Harris, Tony Pollard, Javonte Williams, Keaton Mitchell, Miles Sanders. I love our running backs. I really do. Wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, DK Metcalf, Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Jerry Jeudy, Jermaine Burton, Adam Thielen. I love our wide receivers. Tight ends, I also love Kyle Pitts and Dalton Schultz. If Kyle Pitts can do anything remotely close to what TJ Hawkinson did, he's going to be spectacular. He's going to be absolutely spectacular with Kirk Cousins. I like the way I said spectacular there. We got a lot. We got a lot of catching up to do. This is Adrian Fitta says, Bad Guys Official, absolutely, it's a carbon copy. I want one. This is Bad Guys Official saying it looks like the Montreal Canadiens uniform, the Giants ones. Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says he has one leg left. Pretty much. I have zero Juju at this point. At his best, Juju is only 60% of what he was. Still capable of a couple spike weeks, around 20. You never know. Mossy says, I've even been taking some Osborne when wide receivers thin in the last round. Why not? Okay. Baker to the moon. Yeah, I hear you. Love Two Fat Guys loves Javon Baker. I want to, but as a I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm a Patriots fan. I'm religious about my Pats. I love my Pats. These are my guys. Rule number one: don't be a homer. Like, I could root for these guys, I could cheer for them, but like I'm not gonna try to, just draft Patriots because that's my team. If I did that last year, I would have lost a lot of money. Baker lost the QB whisper. Geno season coming. I don't know. We haven't seen the second year without the QB whisperer. So I like Bryce. Oh, Javon, never mind. Mossy says, only reason I'm clicking Odell lately is because I have so much Malik and think whoever the wide receiver 3 is, McDaniels will find a way to get him the ball. Plus, Hill and Waddle always get hurt. I mean, like, we said that about Cedric Wilson last year. Or what was that white guy's name who played in the return game? Anyways, yeah. Enter Malik Washington. I like Malik Washington. I really do. Updog says the rare 4 QB. I think I pulled it off. I really do think I pulled it off. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I punted quarterbacks and didn't want to reach on any of them. So when the time came, I got 4 of them. Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says, and I don't think he loves the game anymore. He just wants a spotlight. Who? Juju? I don't know. Or Odell. I don't think Odell. Okay, gotcha. It was Braxton Berrios, not Carecraft. Braxton Berrios. Shout out to Updog. If you guys don't know who this is, he's the person who finished second place in this tournament. He won $150,000 last night. Yeah. Updog's the real deal, O'Neill. And one of these days, Updog, I hope to have you as a guest on our show to draft with you. But you've been smart not to draft with us because everybody we've been drafting with this year in particular has been very, very sharp. Everybody's on their game. You know what I mean? And I think that's the one thing I like about our community. Like, we're all equals. It could be any one of us. It really could be any one of us. And I hope to God, if it's not me, it's any one of you. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, beautiful folks. Draft is over. Another spectacular stream in the books. We're back tomorrow night, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys want to queue up with me, shoot me a DM throughout the day. And if you guys want to queue up and draft with us tomorrow at 7 p.m., let me know. And we'll get you that message to get you guys to queue up. I know I always try to leave the stream with a very positive message. But I will say, like, I may lose some followers and subscribers, and that's totally fine. If you want to unfollow me because of what I'm about to say, all the best to you. I'm a Palestinian, right? I grew up as a Palestinian, and it's tough. It really is tough to go through the day knowing what's going on back home to my lineage. It really is. But I wanted to thank you guys. Honestly, I want to thank you guys because this is not just a safe place for me. This is a happy place for me, and it's very, very hard to get those, especially knowing what's going on back home. So thank you guys for being a spectacular community, and you guys mean more to me than you'll ever know. So said this before and I'll say it again. Takes a village, and I really do love my fucking village. God bless you guys. Peace.